Okay, welcome to my pond. I was going to make this pond bigger last year, but I couldn't rip it apart because I'm so happy with it. And it's sort of like it's about 2,500 gallons, this pond. It's well overstocked with koi, and it's sort of like my wife said to me, right, why extend the pond? You know, they're doing really well. We got no problems. I've got good filtration on this pond. So I put a new bird aviary in, built a new bird aviary. Got birds by the pond, which is, it's just lovely. So I didn't bother extending the pond. So we just kept the original pond. It's 2,500 gallons, and it's sort of like we've got really good filtration on this pond. It's run by two Tempest filters, and I use them for, they're pump fed pre-filtration filters, and then I've got my own homemade moving bed filter, and you can't buy this stuff. You can't buy it. It's stuff I get from work, and I think it's better than K1. It's about 1/4 of an inch, but it's that much surface media. It's unbelievable. I've got 150 litres of that in there, and no matter what I throw at that pond, food-wise, I get zero ammonia. Zero. I can just feed and feed. I can put 2 kilos of food in there, and it doesn't register with ammonia. This stuff just breaks down everything. Right, I'm quite lucky really, because I get this stuff from work, and it's a throwaway product. So I'm a hydraulic engineer, so we get this stuff on the end of hoses, and it's sort of like so I get it for free. And I said to the lads, don't chuck it away, collect it for me, because I want to make a filter system out of it. And that's what they've done. So I've ended up with a 50 litres of this stuff. I've probably got another 50 litres at work, and it's sort of like, these things to produce for a filter would be very, very expensive. A lot more expensive than K1 Micro or K1 or whatever you want to call it. But in these Tempests there is, I've got K1 Micro and K1. They come with about 7 litres of media, so I added another 7 litres of media. Not K1 Micro, but K1. These things are outstanding, but not fit for purpose in the way they should be run. Because I've actually added my air pump there. I've actually added that to the bottom of these Tempests, because relying on the valve at the bottom to clean them is not good enough. It's not good enough. It doesn't clean them properly. So what I've got on the top of my filter, I've got a splitter. So what I do, that's the splitter. That's the pond. That's the one to the filter. And then I turn this one on. That's the waste. Sorry, it's a bit overgrown here because it's like a bloody jungle. And that's the waste. So I'll turn that one on. That is now going to waste. Right, that was turned off. That one's going to waste. And what I do actually drop a little bit of water out the one, because I've got these two teed off together. So I drop a little bit of water out there, just to get them percolated. I'll turn my air pump on. And the air pump is going to both these two. And I actually flush them. I don't, how can I say? I don't rely on the cleaning of the flushing them out the bottom and rely on the cleaning that the manufacturer tells me, well, basically tells me how to clean them by flushing them out the bottom. Well, what's happening now with that, they're percolating like that and they're going to waste through that valve there. Okay, and that's the best way of running these things, because if you try cleaning them out just for the valve in the bottom and then flushing that to waste, it's not enough. So just connect your air pump to them. Connect an air pump to them, and you can see they're clean. They're clean already. So all I do then, okay then, I'll turn the air off. You can see there, the air stopped. And then the valves, move them and go in. I'll open that valve. That's the waste valve, that one over there, beyond these. And then it'll start coming back into the bond. And there it goes. And they're incredible. If you use them as a pre-filter before a move in bed, they're absolutely incredible. And if you plumb an air pump into the bottom so you can percolate them properly and move them properly, you'll never get a better pre-filter. The water quality speaks for itself. My water quality, my mate's got a drum, a rotary drum filter, and he still comes round and he said, this water quality is amazing. And it's just because of these. They're polishing the water before it even goes through the moving bed. So, you know, to use them as an after filter, and it's moving bed running again. Bought these second hand online, 200 quid. And what are they? £250 for one. They're the dogs. Big wheelie bin for a filter. And there you go. Put it back to the pond. Look at the quality of the water, look. It is gin clear. I've got no fines, I've got absolutely nothing in that pond. Absolutely nothing. And this pond dimensions are probably, I don't know, 13 foot by 16 foot. It's only 4 foot deep, and the deepest part of the pond, and it's about 2,500 gallons. Beautiful koi in there. Well, the big koi over there, he's probably 20 pounds in weight. I don't know, 80 centimetres long. Here he comes, big one. No filtration. Since I've introduced this filtration, even my smaller koi have doubled the size. Another one there. I don't know what you call them, a sankey or haki or whatever. I've got a couple in here. I've got a tancho that's probably about 2 foot long. He's 2 foot long. He's a big fish. He's probably 70, 80 centimetres. And I feed probably a kilo at least a day of food. Thanks for watching, guys.